All right, welcome to Kawps The Podcast. Let's just get fucking into it. Here is your headline roundup of the week. Ashton, are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Cop in Aurora, Colorado kills an unarmed man. R.I.P. Rashad Terrell Johnson.
Cop in Jeffersontown, Kentucky kills an unarmed man. R.I.P. Marco Dorsey.
Cops in Raleigh, North Carolina killed a man in a chase and then lied about it. R.I.P. Tyrone Mason.
Cop in Mustang, Oklahoma killed an unarmed man and gets off with no charges. R.I.P. Juan Barbosa.
Cop in Dallas, Texas, who fatally shot a man during a chase, gets his murder charge dismissed. R.I.P. Jesse Fisher.
Cop in Campbell County, Tennessee, shoots a man who was driving away.
Cop in San Bernardino, California, caught on video body slamming a 17-year-old girl.
Cop in Redding, California, caught on video assaulting a veteran.
Cops in Camarillo, California, assaulted a bouncer after he tried to stop one of them from assaulting his wife.
Cop in Maui charged with sexual assault.
Cop in Tulsa charged with sexual assault.
Cop in Seattle charged with sexual assault of a teenager.
Jail cop in Dresden, Tennessee, charged with solicitation of child sex abuse material.
Cop in Springfield, Missouri, charged with domestic violence.
Cop in Ridgewood, Louisiana, charged with aggravated battery.
Cop in Calhoun County, Michigan, kills a dog.
Chicago police ignored over 300 complaints of sexual misconduct on their police officers.
Cop in Somerville, South Carolina, is suing the Fraternal Order of Police for not providing him with legal defense after killing a man during an argument in a Chick-fil-A while he was off duty. R.I.P. Michael O'Neill.
Damn.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
Yeah, that last one is a ridiculous one. So I remember this a couple years ago. Some cop was in a Chick-fil-A, gets in an argument with a dude, and they end up how many minutes go by? The other guy's in his car, and he's trying to drive away. This cop comes up to his window. You see the surveillance footage of it. He just goes up to his window, pop, pop, pop. Shoots him, kills him, and now he wants the Fraternal Order of Police, the police union, to help him legally for his defense, and they're like, no, because you killed him while you were off duty,
like in a drive-through.
Yeah, basically in the parking lot.
Okay.
And so the FOP is like, we're not going to help you because you killed him while you're off duty. That doesn't really apply.
Great.
And he's like, a police officer's never off duty. Not even when he gets in an argument with a guy in a Chick-fil-A parking lot and pretty much assassinates him in cold blood.
Off duty. Not even. That's crazy. That's crazy that the fucking police union was like, look, we don't cross the thin blue line. We won't the thin blue. We might not cross the thin blue line, but we definitely won't cross Chick-fil-A, motherfucker. Something like that.
Well, and we'll move on after this. The real crazy. I mean, if you read, and this is real. If you read the first line of the lawsuit that he has filed against the Fraternal Order of Police, it says, "Fuck, I don't know his name." We'll say. When Michael Johnson was running towards those buildings on September 11th, 2001, you all considered him a hero. But now, blah, 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 blah. So apparently, this man was a first responder on 9/11.
Damn.
And so obviously, you bring that up first line of your lawsuit. I mean, you have to.
I mean, well, damn, you can't be like, he was like, well, I can expend some of this moral clout
exactly. It's like
by murdering a man.
Yeah,
I'm even now. I saved lives.
It's like, yeah, bro. Like, look, I'll give it to you. That was a heroic thing you did.
You know how trifling that is to shoot a dude at Chick-fil-A? That is some. The only time you should be angry at Chick-fil-A is on Sunday when you pull up to the door. And you
That's the only time you should have your gun out.
Yeah, you should be ready to kill. When the doors are locked and you can't fucking get in. But
yeah. Anyways, welcome to our podcast. Sorry for getting sidetracked on more police horrors.
I be finding out these shits while I be reading. I be like, God damn, what?
Yeah.
Fuck.
This show is a roller coaster ride for Ashton just as much as it is for y'all.
I'm an audience member too. Like, what?
But if this is your first time listening, this is a podcast where we cover the police news, what the fuck the cops are up to in America, and it's done by two comedians because why not? And that was your headline roundup, a little snapshot of the week's events. And now we're going to dive in to a little further on some of these stories. So what are we covering today? Well, in our main episode, we'll be talking about the former police chief and convicted murderer known as the Devil in the Ozarks, who has escaped from prison and is currently on the loose. So we really got an urgent episode for y'all. You really got to listen to this one. We were talking about the Seattle police chief who got fired for his terrible sex jokes. Multiple recent cases of cops exploiting teenagers in their own youth programs. And we'll be talking about the tragic killing of Rashad Terrell Johnson.
And for the Patreon people, $5 a month. Subscribe, help people out. We'll be talking about Chicago police using 100% automated drones. The Chicago police have automated drones. Illinois police sharing surveillance cameras with ICE, and the government creating a one-stop shop for all of their agencies to purchase our personal data. Damn.
Yes. Our Patreon is slowly becoming exclusively dystopian horrors that the police are reining into.
I watched the video like last night. I'll be watching, how your YouTube algorithm changes like at midnight. At midnight, YouTube algorithm gets a little dark.
Yeah,
I was watching like a scary ass AI video of like AI Project 2027 for AI, and it was just the most horrifying thing. And I'm like, it was just like, this AI will learn how to create thousands of AIs who will learn for it and then teach it, and it'll become a god level AI, and it'll be tricking us. It'll learn how to trick, like just all these like horrifying things, basically leading up to the AI developing a pathogen to kill.
Yeah, dude, that sucks. I miss the old days when like late night algorithm was just like, these girls have gone wild. You need to look at them. Jaffer, sitting on your couch with your friends. All of y'all need to watch together. This will be a formative experience for you four boys.
Girls going wild. No, my shit is AI going wild. My shit is fucking...
Man, it sucks. Everything sucks.
Everything
now.
Just converging to a singularity that is going to create COVID 8,000.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I know how to murder humans. But now the police department's going to have that technology. So
great. Exciting stuff. So let's get into today's episode. We'll be going into Arkansas, and I'll be reading here from USA Today. The search for ex-Arkansas police chief and convicted murderer Grant Hardin, known as the Devil in the Ozarks, entered its 5th day after he disguised himself as a corrections officer and slipped away from the state prison, authorities said. Hardin, 56, escaped from the North Central Unit on May 25th while wearing a makeshift outfit designed to mimic law enforcement, the Arkansas Department of Corrections said. He was convicted of the 2017 murder of James Appleton and the 1997 rape of a school teacher. Hardin served as a police chief in Gateway, Arkansas, and had previous law enforcement experience, officials said. His case was put in the spotlight with the 2023 documentary, The Devil in the Ozarks. So, The Devil in the Ozarks loose, folks. No big deal.
Doc?
Huh? What?
Is this a Netflix doc?
HBO.
Okay. Is this what the show Ozark's about?
No. Ozarks is just like Missouri or Arkansas.
Okay.
It's like a natural
ecosystem or some shit.
Some shit like that. Okay. Look, this isn't a science podcast.
A tundra?
Okay?
I don't know.
It's like that. The Ozarks, whatever, wetlands. I don't know. But the Devil in the Ozarks is this police chief who, and I tried watching some of the little documentary.
This shit sounds good.
It's not. It's too
damn
true crimey. Like, I don't know. If you're into true crime, you might like it, but it's just like the sordid details, all the music in the background. He's a terrible guy.
Oh yeah. I hate the age we live in with like docs where they gotta set the mood. Like anytime you're watching an Illuminati doc and it's like, dude, they gotta play the creepy music. Like, can you just give me the fucking info?
Well, they gotta go through like all the Law and Order beats of the plot line and but it's like real. It's like a real survivor like talking to the camera, and then they do the Law and Order like little drama stuff. But yeah, he was a bad monster guy, and he has escaped maximum maximum security prison by essentially like putting on a fake mustache and putting on an accent and just fucking walking out of there.
No fucking way.
Not a fake mustache.
Okay.
But it says here, look, I'll read it again.
I'm too gullible. You can't be saying shit like that.
Yeah, I'll read it again. He wearing a quote makeshift outfit designed to mimic law enforcement. So he put together on his own somehow a costume to look like a correctional officer, and then literally walked out of there. Like they watched him on camera walk out.
And he's an old cop, right?
Yeah, he has the kind of the skill set to be able to pull off like
he knew to play it.
Cop
he was like,
vibe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You know, ever meet a guy and you're like,
He's
this
like,
guy's got cop vibes.
He's like, remember, okay, you're a cold killer, and cop. And you just cold killer.
And you're just like, wait, no, not psycho cold killer who's in prison, regular cold killer who's a cop and gets away with it.
Yeah. You're the good kind of cold killer.
Yeah.
All right, and
yeah.
Damn.
But he literally like put together like it's like a Looney Tune plot.
I love
of
that.
him putting on a fake. Like Bugs Bunny putting on a dress
I
and
love
kill.
that he can Acme his way out of this.
Yeah.
He
like kissed.
No, am I in prison? Duh. Are you a prisoner? He just
Exactly.
Puts a fucking finger over his.
Yeah. Kissing the guard on the lips like it's Elmer Fudd, and he's Bugs Bunny in a dress, and then he walks out. Like,
hey boys. Hey.
Their hearts.
See you later. Oh, wait a minute. There's no women at this prison.
Exactly.
He just like tosses the wig in the Marilyn Monroe outfit.
Yeah, man.
That's incredible. The balls on this guy. Also, he needs a new nickname. If he was already named the Devil of the Ozarks, the nigga just evolved.
Yeah.
The nigga just digivolved into something new. He ain't no more.
Now he's just Satan in the flesh.
Yeah, his lore.
Yeah.
You can't give him that name and then not expect him to do more.
His legend has gone beyond the Ozarks now.
If you can't just keep the devil in prison. He's a devil now.
Yeah.
It's like you should have just left him at Charles or whatever the fuck his original name
Grant.
was. Now you gave him a villain name. Now you got to live up to that shit.
Yeah, man. And again, just him walking out in plain view. It's like, you know, in movies, it's always like, they hide in the laundry. Mm-hmm. That's what they'll do. They hide in the little laundry bin, and then they'll wheel that out.
Yeah.
This is just like 1 degree away from that.
Well, it shows you the power of confidence, folks.
Yeah.
The power of just, knowing you're supposed to be where you are. Don't let any of that.
Yeah.
That, what's it called? What's the
let this man inspire you.
Yeah. Okay.
Connect with the devil in you.
And don't you see how he did not have imposter syndrome at all? He just
a literal imposter did not have imposter syndrome.
He just knew he was supposed to be there, and he used that power to literally escape prison. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And now he's literally on the loose.
On the loose, ready to murder again.
So let's go back to this article. The search for Hardin includes local, state, and federal authorities, but has been hampered by weather that prevented the use of drones and helicopters. Correctional Department spokesperson Rand Champion said, okay, there's too many names on this podcast. We can't stop for every fucking ridiculous name. But the spokesperson, Rand Champion.
Fucking comic book writer writing this shit.
Rand Champion?
The devil in the Ozarks.
Oh my God.
Our hero, Grand Champion. His name is Grand Champion.
We can't do another episode about Rand Champion. We don't got the time.
Okay.
The FBI announced a reward of up to $10,000 leading to Hardin's arrest. So apparently the weather conditions made it so they can't. It's fucked up. When 10 prisoners escape in New Orleans, apparently the weather is sunshine, clear skies for them.
Yeah, right.
They get caught like in 20 minutes. They caught 8 out of 10 of them.
Yeah.
This dude's been 5 days now. The devil of Ozarks is loose. He can't catch the damn devil. Just 8 black dudes they catch right away.
But to be fair, the devil and them niggas was wild. They was doing ignorant ass shit, easily catchable shit. Nigga was at his grandma's house. Why would they not check? He got his grandma locked up because she was help hiding him. It's like, come on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was all fucked up.
Don't lock up the grandma.
She was helping him. He's like, no, baby, we'll get in the back. Yeah, damn, yeah, but yeah, devil in the Ozark. Damn, yeah, they should have learned from this dude, bro. One dude was on Instagram Live. He just went straight to Instagram.
Right, yeah.
That's what it's like.
That's
bro.
not devil and Ozark behavior.
He was like, "We back." It's like, no, you about to be back in jail, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, devil and
Yeah.
Ozark.
Dude, you literally left a trail of footprints, bro.
Literally, you live streamed your way out of jail. We just watched the live. We just fast forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, damn.
Okay. So let's see. Where are we? Hardin escaped at about 2:55 p.m. on May 25th. The Arkansas Department of Corrections said in a news release he was wearing a makeshift outfit that looked like one worn by corrections officers. Quote, inmate Hardin impersonated a corrections officer in dress and manner, causing the corrections officer operating a secure gate to open the gate and allow inmate Hardin to walk away from the North Central unit.
You're fired. You're done.
Yeah, but he gave me the nod. You know the nod we all give each other when we walk by, when we open the gate and they nod at me and then I open it and then they walk through. He gave me the nod.
It was that spiritual hate that all cops have. He
got the aura, the negative aura,
that negative, just demonic energy. Just that fucking evil chakra just pointing at. Oh, he's one of us.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a white guy who looked like he was in a bad mood, so I let him through.
I mean, damn. How did he make a cop outfit? What the fuck?
Yeah. And I like it's literally what we were kind of joking about. Like it said, they said themselves he impersonated the dress and manner. So they were like, yeah, his vibes were just correct. He had the correct correctional vibes.
Nigga aura was on 10. I couldn't deny it.
Yeah.
He was aura maxing and I just had to let him in. I was like, oh yeah.
I said, what's up, my brother?
That's so crazy.
Let's see. Officials haven't given further details about how he obtained the clothing or made it as far as the gate. A photo from surveillance footage shows Hardin wearing the outfit and pushing a loaded cart as he escaped. So yeah, holy shit. He even had the cart going. There could have been someone else in that cart. They gotta do another search. Champion said Hardin was gone for about 20 minutes when an officer noticed he was missing. Hardin, okay, so now we're going into his crimes. Hardin pleaded guilty to the February 23rd, 2017 murder of James Appleton. Appleton's brother-in-law and the mayor of Gateway at the time, Andrew Tillman, told police he was on the phone with Appleton while Appleton was driving his truck after filing a report with the sheriff's office. Appleton worked for the local water department and was reporting vandalization of a water tower. Appleton pulled over so he wouldn't lose signal while on the phone with Tillman. Tillman told investigators. Tillman heard what sounded like a car door slamming shut, then nothing. A witness also told police they saw someone pulled over behind the truck in a car and heard a gunshot, and identified the driver as Hardin. Appleton was found dead in his truck with a gunshot to the side of his head and face. Hardin was sentenced to 30 years in prison for the murder. After his conviction, his DNA was matched with that from an unsolved rape case in 1997, in which a teacher said she was attacked while at school by a man who held her at gunpoint, according to records. Hardin pled guilty to the rape and was given a 25-year sentence in 2019. So it is actually horrifying that this guy is on the loose because he is kind of like the cartoon villain of a bad guy that you hear about because, again, I didn't make it far in that fucking doc, but yeah, he did like sneak into like an elementary school in the morning with a ski mask on and a gun.
Oh my God.
And that is how he sexually assaulted. Because it's like a reality when when you get older, you learn like, okay, like this sort of stereotype of a rapist, it's not really a man hiding in the bushes. 9 times out of 10, it's like someone the woman knows, and it's done in a way where he can sort of deny it. But this is the example of like the actual movie villain guy who's gonna like tie a lady to the train tracks and
ski mask and a gun.
Yeah, at an elementary school in the morning.
Was he still a cop then, or was he like this is?
I would say probably no, just because the that was in 1997, so it doesn't say that specifically. So I would guess no. And then I didn't get into him murdering some guy, but he's been like a
dude's a fucking
monster,
demon.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. Sounds like there's gonna be a sequel to this doc.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, they fucking catch this guy because it is actually scary that he's out there, and it's like a small town community. So, I really feel for them out there. They have to be. It has to be scary.
Yeah, they have
so
a literal
that
fucking, fucking. What's that British killer? The famous Jack the Ripper. They have their own like actual Jack the Ripper on the loose right now. And it's like, yep. See when we get home. It's like the guy who was going into schools with ski masks and guns, and you got to drop your kid off. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yep. Well, let's move on. So we're going to Colorado.
All right, we in Aurora. Okay, I got a lot of shit. Because one time I pronounced Aurora.
Yeah.
I went Aurora.
You said Aurora. That was the top comment of all of our videos.
Which
did this motherfucker say Aurora?
Which, listen, if I didn't say it, I would have been in the comments comment like, did this nigga just say Aurora? So, I accept the roastings. But coming out of Aurora, Colorado, via KKTV, the Aurora Police Department, APD, has released the body camera footage of a deadly officer-involved shooting. Police reportedly received a call at 2:58 p.m. on May 12th regarding a trespassing suspect at an off-site airport parking lot on East 56th Avenue. The caller reported that there was a man, later identified as a 32-year-old Rashad Johnson, on the property, not wearing any shoes and appearing to be under the influence of drugs. Like I saw you saw the footage. Yeah, he was definitely. It was a guy, your standard typical guy you see on drugs, hallucinating. Like
guy who needs help.
Yeah, who needs help. Yeah. Like literally, there's 1,000 of these things going on. These types of guys, people across the fucking city, nation.
It's America. We got poverty,
mental health, like a true mental health crisis. And like, I just want to like say, like I heard the 911 dispatch call, and like the lady who called, they were calm to an extent to what was going on. They were like, yeah, there's a guy. He seems to be on drugs. He's sitting in. He's like sitting in the office. He won't listen to us. I was just gonna see if you could send somebody down to like come and just handle the situation, help us out. And she was like, "Do you need an ambulance?" And they're like, "No, just like somebody to come and help." Like the tones and the people who were calling the voice, the tones in the voice of the people who were calling the cops. You could tell if they knew what was going to happen, they probably would not have called the cops. Of course. Because they were just like, hey, there's a guy going crazy. He's opening up people's doors. He's on drugs. He's like on drugs.
Yeah, well, it's the classic thing. It's like kind of the main theme, I would say, one of our main themes of this show is that, abolish the police does not mean that we live in some new cowboy world where you could do whatever you want. It just means that the people that they imagined are going to come and help the situation, those people actually show up, which in this case would be professional mental health experts who are there to de-escalate. And like, if you watch, like in the body cam footage, right away he's being aggressive. He says very quickly, "I'm gonna fucking shoot you." Yeah. But before that, he's like, "Get your hand off that! Get your hand off that!" It's like he was just touching a gate. Like there's no.
I mean, not only that, he was like literally a guy, just like. He was a skinny dude. He's just in the middle of a field. Like I'm not about to downplay the dangers any person could be. He's a person's a person, but this dude he was just on drugs. If you were a healthy police officer, killing somebody is the last. Me, if I'm out there and if I saw that dude, he didn't have no weapon. He's just like attacking like literally like on some fucking kind of zombie shit except not biting, like just like and he's like wrestling with the dude. His first move is to like I'm gonna shoot you. He pulls out his taser, he shoots the taser, and then he goes for the gun. Which let me actually read the rest of the story. Police later received additional calls from employees at the business saying Johnson was still on the property, attempting to open car doors in the parking lot and becoming more aggressive with employees. An officer responded at 5:27 p.m. and attempted to speak with him. Johnson charged at the officer, and there was a fight. Body camera footage shows the officer unsuccessfully attempting to stop Johnson with the taser. An employee of the business again called 911, reporting that the officer needed help. The officer gave multiple commands for Johnson to get on the ground, but he did not comply, resulting in the officer shooting him. R.I.P. Rashad Terrell Johnson. Like I said, I watched the footage. The dude shot him. His life was not in danger.
Yeah.
I'm going like his life.
I want to touch on what you were just saying, 'cause I think that's a really great point. And like the fact that if any regular person encountered this guy, they would have not in a million years thought, "Oh, I need to murder this person."
I'd be like, "I'm gonna beat
and we
your
both
ass."
we both live in New York.
Yeah.
Like we have these interactions. That happens sometimes.
It's literally the interaction that happened was the train. It was a typical train interaction.
It is,
of course.
yeah.
And like they're like. You read a sentence, it's like the dude charged towards him. He did charge towards him. If you watch the camera footage, the nigga charged towards him with his shoulders. He was like, like.
I mean, this is classic propaganda because it's like just local news reporting. It's not even meant to be editorializing anything. It's not even meant to be an opinion piece. But just what they regularly include and don't include, like including that he charged him, including that he tried to use a taser, does not include the fact that he was unarmed.
Yeah.
That this man had no weapon on him.
The cop was like literally. He's like, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. Let me stop it. He's like, hey, he walks up, hey man, everything okay? Dude's like, hey man. Or he tries to talk to him for like 2 seconds, and then he's like, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. First words out of his mouth, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. And then the guy runs. They get into a scuffle. He ends up on the floor. He's like, you're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. And the guy is like, when I tell you. Bro, this cop is bitch made if you think murdering this dude was the appropriate response. It's like you ain't putting no fight up. You didn't do anything a normal person. Like if this dude was attacking me, I would have just beat his ass. Like I'm not a cop, so I don't have to go by cop rules. I would have just been like, hey, bro, you are wild and you were putting. I'm just gonna beat your ass. The people who are calling, the dude who's calling and was like, hey, there's a guy here opening up shit. I'm sure if he would have known that the cop was going to come and just shoot him, that was going to be like how they put him down. I'm quite certain the dude would just like kicked him out. Like, hey man, get your ass up out of here before we go act crazy somewhere else. Like,
but even if there weren't someone like you who would beat someone's ass. Let's put me in the situation.
And I don't mean like I'm gonna beat everybody.
I know what you mean,
like,
but let's put me in the situation. Certified pussy, right? Someone who's not gonna beat a dude's ass in the street, who's like causing trouble, but. It was like the speed at which this guy was advancing at the cop. It was like you said, it was like zombie speed.
Truly,
like if it was someone like me, it would be very easy to get out of that situation to go get help without being like, well, someone has to die right now. But anyways, we need to move on for time. So we'll just say, R.I.P. Rashad Terrell Johnson. Really, another weekly, infuriating case. This one made the episode because we got the body cam footage. But every week we have 3-4 people who are killed by the police. Most of those stories we get really no information on them whatsoever. So it's just the headline is really all we got. Yeah. Occasionally we'll get the body cam footage. We'll cover it here, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's some story like this where there is really no reason for someone to die in this situation.
Last thing I want to say is the one thing that really helped play a part in this dude's death was how long it took for a backup to come, and like how he was just by himself, and like the cop, like I said, he didn't have no backup, so of course he's gonna resort to like the most violent thing he can do to secure his safety in his mind. But a huge problem in that was the how long it took for backup to come. But yeah, we need to move on.
Yeah. So moving on to this, I'm gonna give a trigger warning on this. This is a story about sexual assault. So we are going to Seattle, Washington. A King County Sheriff's Office deputy has been charged for allegedly raping a 17-year-old girl. Ricardo Arturo Cueva was charged with rape in the 3rd degree and sexual misconduct of a minor in the 1st degree, according to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. The investigating detective stated in court documents that he found Cueva had previously been accused of molestation in 2014. Shortly after, Cueva started working with the police explorers at KCSO, a national volunteer program for young adults between 14 to 21 years old. So he had been, and I looked into when he had been accused of molestation in 2014. It was a 10-year-old girl who came out and said this. And then the own sheriff's office investigated it, found no evidence to support the 10-year-old girl's claims, and then put her in the Police Explorers program, which is a program, it's a program run with Boy Scouts that is specifically a youth program where teenagers work one-on-one with police officers and ride-alongs. Cueva met the girl, then 16 years old, through Police Explorers, according to court documents. After several ride-alongs, Cueva allegedly kissed the girl, who was then 17. Jesus. After the girl turned 17, several more kisses and makeouts occurred in Deputy Cueva's police vehicle. The girl remembered that at this time in Deputy Cueva's career, he was in a high-visibility street task force for the sheriff's office. The incidents then escalated, with the girl going to Cueva's house months later, where he reportedly raped her. Cueva has been placed on administrative leave, KCSO noted, and will remain on leave while the situation is investigated by SPD and the Sheriff's Office Internal Investigations Unit. Now, before we talk about this, I want to read this other article, an excerpt from this other article from less than a month ago. So both these articles are within a 1-month time span. This is from The Gothamist here in New York. An NYPD officer involved in a citywide youth outreach program is facing new charges after allegedly sending sexually explicit photos to an undercover cop posing as a 14-year-old. Okay, so at least in this story, there's not a real teenager involved. Travis D'Souza, 35, had already been charged in Brooklyn last year with disseminating indecent materials to minors and attempted child endangerment. He's now additionally facing charges in Queens, where authorities say the undercover officer was working during their online chat. The Queens District Attorney's Office said in a new announcement Friday that D'Souza unknowingly met with a cop posing as a teen girl online October 4th. When the undercover cop told D'Souza her supposed age, he asked for her number, according to the DA's office. Days later, a separate undercover cop pretending to be the 14-year-old sent D'Souza messages on Snapchat from October 8th to October 10th, the DA's office said. So here we got two stories that have come out this month of police officers exploiting, or at least attempting to exploit, children in youth programs that are specifically designed for kids to become interested in becoming police officers.
Jesus Christ, dude. NYPD.
Yeah.
New York Pedophile Department?
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that a thing already, I bet?
I mean, it's like a thing we bring up constantly on this podcast. We don't talk about it in depth very much.
It's every episode.
Every episode, the
It's
headline
like
is filled with
like
cops sexually assaulting us, specifically children.
We had to find new language.
We learned.
We had to literally learn.
We learned. So now we say child sex abuse material.
Because these motherfuckers won't stop child sex abusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's absolutely wild. And it's like the fact that it's not more of like a... This should be a stereotype of a cop. Like being racist, eating donuts, and fucking like... assaulting girls and teenagers. It's wild how frequent this is, to the point where it literally is every week. Multiple cases every fucking week is going on. Like, what are we allowing cops to do to us in this country? Is absolutely insane.
I know. Sorry I couldn't get that body cam footage. I had to make room on my hard drive for all my child porn. Sorry.
Child sex abuse material.
Child sex abuse material.
Yeah. Or I guess you're doing I don't know why. I'd make the character of the cop.
Even the cop got to be woke now?
You're
I'm
right.
a pedophile.
You're right.
I got to be woke?
You're right. But, yeah, I just want to, this... We might do...
The moral authority that comes with being a police officer should just be like stricken, like given away. You're not... There's no way they get to have that, like, that badge brings oh, no.
Well, it makes sense that this happens. Like, we know, covering other stories involving the police, that the police have absolutely no oversight. They get to do whatever the hell they want with no consequences all over the country. And it makes sense that people, men or women, but mostly men in this country who are predators, look around at at the option of being a police officer as like something that they would be interested in. And so it makes sense that this shit is fucking happening on a regular basis, because here's a place where you get to really be a predator. You are protected as a predator.
The book Into Policing that you gave me, I was reading it, and like I think it said like in a 10-year span, cops, a total of 51 cops got actually charged. Like a total of 51 cops were like, what's the word when you have to weren't charged, but they were like
Indicted
for like crimes. Only 11 of them were charged and went to jail. That's over 10 years. So yeah, there's no accountability.
None at all. And this specifically the Explorer program. That's the police youth outreach program where they work with Boy Scouts, where these cops will be one-on-one with teenagers in their cars and ride-alongs. It's a problem,
dude. If I was a parent, I would not want to. I couldn't trust nobody. I'd be like, it's just you and me, dog. I'm gonna teach you everything. Like I wouldn't let my kid out of my fucking sight. Jesus Christ, dude.
But without dunking on, using this as an opportunity to like dunk on conservatives or whatever. But it's just a fact that there's a lot of people in this country who trust law enforcement, who believe that the police are on their side, which in like a perfect world, we would have some sort of police force that would be on our side. So again, another opportunity for cops to exploit.
It's a delusional myth. It's like the police's whole purpose was for like property. It's like, yo, go get that property. I need, like, there never once was used for, it was never a point of like, we're here to bring justice and we're the peacekeepers. It's noble cause. No, it was always capitalistic, rich people using a tool for the rich people to keep poor and people in control. Literally. It's the same thing now. And to be like, I like, bro. I like to cut these guys' jibs when they, well,
that's how propaganda works. It's worked. But last thing I'll say, and I think I'll just say this: the Explorer program, apparently there has been 200 allegations of sexual abuse made by police officers in this Explorer program. And of course, the program still exists. It's absolutely, it's beyond absurd. And there's actually some deeper dives we can do on the Explorer program that I was thinking maybe we'll do it on an upcoming Patreon episode, because there's actually a lot there. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that soon, but
we don't have enough pedophiles to justify closing this down. Now, if we get like 3 more pedophiles, how many pedophiles does it take to close this program? That's crazy.
You would think like 1 pedophile is too much. Like, I mean, spiritually that's true, but when you really come down to the numbers, I mean, how many pedophiles is 1 pedophile really?
Come on, no, that's crazy.
So let's all take a deep breath, reset. And let's go to our last story here. Back in Washington.
We in, this is,
I don't know how to say the name. Apologies to whoever the fuck.
I can't pronounce Aurora, and you want me to pronounce this shit?
Apologies to the people of Snoqualmie, Washington.
Apologies to the obvious indigenous land that was taken. It's probably now just Arby's and fucking the worst shit ever.
The worst cops in America.
That's the part that blows my mind whenever I travel and just see all these like names like Snoqualmie or whatever, and I'll be like, what's the population like here? It's clearly indigenous, right?
No.
Look like fucking white South Africans everywhere. Anyway, Snoqualmie, how you say it?
I don't know.
Snoqualmie.
Let's say Snoqualmie.
Yeah, Snoqualmie. Okay, we're going to Snoqualmie, Washington via KIRO 7. Snoqualmie Police Chief Brian Lynch was fired April 10th following an independent investigation that found he repeatedly violated the city's policies on harassment, ethics, and professional conduct, according to the city records obtained by KIRO 7. Mayor Catherine Ross announced Lynch's termination in an all-staff email citing sustained conduct that violated our city's personal policies. This nigga was a menace. I just got to CC everybody.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I need to let everybody know
this
that,
nigga gone.
look, we heard y'all. I hate this guy too. I fucking hate this guy.
Let me tell everybody. You got to tell everybody the news.
The whole town.
The whole town. Hear ye, hear ye.
This guy's gone.
Damn.
We took out our Snoqualmie town catapults. We tied him up. We put him on, and we shot him.
We tied him to a rocket. We lit a fuse. Sent that nigga to the moon. He's fucking out of here.
But I bet the audience right now, they're still thinking, well, what did this guy do to actually get fired from a police department?
Well, let's continue and find out. The investigation conducted by an outside attorney documented more than a dozen instances of misconduct, including repeated inappropriate sexual remarks, unprofessional behavior towards subordinates, and a failure to maintain workplace boundaries.
Boundaries, y'all.
Boundaries.
It's fucking important. It's in 2025 now.
Yeah, he was moving like Mad Men, I guess. He was like...
he was moving like Michael Scott.
Yeah. Johnny Bravo. This nigga. Fucking Quagmire or something.
Yeah.
What? It's like a... Let me keep reading.
Yeah.
According to the 10-page executive summary of the investigation, Lynch's behavior including referring to female members of the public as bitches, asking a female subordinate if she hurt her hand jerking off her husband while making a crude gesture, commenting on a female employee's and visitors' physical appearance, including rating them on a numerical scale and making sexualized remarks about their bodies.
Wait, that's wrong? Wait, you can't do that?
Yeah,
wait, hold your horses, everyone.
When did motorboating become an illegal workplace activity?
Hold on, I gotta CC the whole town on this and take a little quick poll.
Just fucking cartoon ass.
The mayor wants to come after me. The mayor, by the way, 5 out of 10, we can all agree. 5 out of 10, mayor wants to come after me right now?
She wants to give me 5 out of 10? Yeah, that's because she's 5 out of 10. Yeah, no, I just love that he's like an archetype of like the old, like just the classic, just like dude who doesn't get toxic masculinity, baby.
Yeah.
This is like
it's like you allow them into a position of power. Most people are like, they were once frat dude douchebags like this, but then they join the workforce and they get all that beat out of them by society. Thank you, society. But every now and then the guy will be in charge of shit and he'll have a badge and a gun. So
it's like when you make Stifler the fucking police chief.
So this list is not even halfway done.
Yeah,
let's keep going through this list.
Oh yeah, okay. I said about the pause. He repeated the phrase "run Forrest run" to a mobility impaired employee in the workplace.
Oh my god. The picture is very vivid.
This dude is Stifler, bro. This dude is fucking making a sexual joke in front of a teenage intern during her farewell lunch, then dismissing concerns by saying she had heard worse.
Oh my god.
God, come on. She's heard worse.
She's heard worse, probably.
I love this fucking dad.
She was here yesterday. Remember that bit I was doing yesterday with the shadow puppets and the dicks?
Dad, when you have like when you invite all your girls over, like girls for sleepover, and dad's just a fucking creep. Dad's like, come on, she's heard. Showing coworkers bikini-clad women on his phone during work hours and referring to them as hot babes or chicks.
Oh, God, bro.
Allegedly stating a female police recruit couldn't keep her legs together due to having several children, a comment Lynch later denied, though it was corroborated by multiple witnesses.
Bruh, I love that last part.
We all heard you. We all saw you, John.
But wait, not only that, because first it goes, a comment Lynch later denied. So he didn't deny any of the other shit.
I didn't say that.
But this one part, he's like, well, I didn't say that. And then multiple people came out and be like, oh, you did say that.
We heard you.
You did say that.
This guy is hilarious.
Remember you said we all had heard worse?
He's just like a classic, just like awful dude. Just like a classic.
Yeah.
You know this guy. No women touch this dude, and he's just like, hey.
Yeah.
But he goes home so low. So dark, so lonely, and he just gets to work. Look at the boobs on that lady.
Yeah.
Bada boom.
Yeah. I love the jerking off thing because, like, I know exactly what happened. It's like it's a joke that dudes make to each other, like in 8th grade. Like, this lady cop probably came in with a cast on her arm, and then he instinctively went, "Hey, would you get that jacking off too much?" She's like, "I'm not a man." "Well, you jacking off your husband too much?" High fives all around. Nailed
you're
ya.
right. I gotta make this
Nailed
joke
ya.
for ladies. I gotta ladyfy this joke. Ladies, I got jokes for you too. That's so funny. You have to clean it up. Yeah, no, he's like a archetype of a dude, like a fake character of like how dudes like locker room talk.
Yeah,
he's like the just like a fake version of it. If someone made like a cartoon of that, I'd be like, oh, that's this guy. But he's real. He's like, he's commenting on teenagers' bodies and shit like that. But in addition to the harassment findings, the investigation raised concerns about Lynch's job performance. According to the city,
at least be good at your job, bro. At least keep the streets safe while you're making teenagers uncomfortable at work.
If you're going to be walking around handing out female body inspector T-shirts, you got to also be at least kind of good at your job.
Yeah.
He's like, wet T-shirt concert, anyone? Squirt, squirt, squirt. He's just pouring water on all the...
Is that a taser in your pants? You're just happy to see me there, Sarge. Like, that is a taser. That's my
is
taser.
A baton? According to the city, Lynch delegated most administrative responsibilities after hiring a police captain in 2024 and spent significant time on social media and personal interests while on duty. Staff reported becoming substantially more efficient during his absence.
Crime was reduced 100%.
And isn't like he was like, it's not like he was like he was so just focused on harassing women.
Yeah.
Crime actually went up. Dog, you're too much of a horn dog. We're actually seeing a spike in crime due to your horniness.
Yeah.
That is actually...
When he's not spending his time plastering strap-on dildos onto the office walls.
When he's not sticking his tongue out in front of...
putting a V up to his mouth and sticking his tongue through it.
Imitating fellatio to every female new hire he can see. Crime actually did a spike.
When he's not offering hot dogs to all his employees, asking if they're gonna eat the glizzy. When he's not yelling pause every chance that he gets during office hours. Banks were being robbed. The city was being run amok with crime.
That's so funny. It's just niggas like fucking bank robbers in the bank. And like, no one's gonna stop us. Where are the cops? And he's just like honk honk. He's at work grabbing boobs.
But
in May, the North Bend City Council voted unanimously to end its working relationship with the Snoqualmie Police Department and to begin negotiations with the Kings County Sheriff's Office. KIRO7 has reached out to the city of North Bend to ask if the Lynch investigation was considered during their decision. So basically, North Bend City just dropped this whole fucking police department.
Yeah.
And went for Kings County, which is New York?
King County.
Oh, King
not
County.
Kings County.
My bad. King
Yeah.
County. Damn, this dude he caused his goofiness was the downfall of the entire police department.
Lady calls 911. Police chief answers. She's like, "What's your emergency?" She's like, "I just witnessed my husband being murdered. He's dead. I can't handle it. It's so hard." He's like, "That's what she said."
This is
You're fired.
Yeah,
you're fired.
This sounds like the season finale to like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I know. I do relate everything to like a piece of media that I watched because that's all I have. But this
lowbrow media, very lowbrow. It's always a Marvel reference. Andy Samberg is involved.
Fucking like gonna be like fucking. Well, I was I was reading.
I was reading Anna Karenina.
Yeah,
and it really
Russian
reminded me.
literature. Have you ever heard of Fyodor Dostoevsky? I was actually reading. crime and
You
poverty.
can do that. Yeah, this book is literally called Crime and Punishment. You tried to use the name of his book as an example of why it wouldn't fit, and it's literally Crime and Punishment.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
God, what am I gonna do? Reference Crime and Punishment?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Listen, you know,
I'm talking about Black Panther.
I'm trying to reach. Listen, brother, they're not ready for highly intellectualized Ashton.
Yeah,
I had to dumb myself down like Lupe said and reach the masses. Okay.
Yeah, you went too
so
far.
we doing
You
Brooklyn
took it too far, Ashton.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the Fox 26, whatever local Fox channel. I'm not doing all that. You know, I don't want.
Oh wait, do you remember what the reference was gonna be?
No. I don't even remember how to pronounce Sonokamoli County, whatever the fuck.
Shout out to them. Sorry
But
for y'all.
this is truly. What I'm saying was, it's very funny how all of this culminated into the entire police department, just everyone losing their jobs, not just him, not just the town coming together and be like, you need to get rid of him, and then it also the department. It just seems like how you would end the series finale, and then the department got fired, and that was the end.
Yeah,
we all went on our separate ways.
I'm suspicious of whenever the cops are like, now things are running more efficiently. It's like, I bet this town is gonna miss the good old days where they weren't getting harassed by the police because they were too busy responding to their highly sexualized birthday cards they were getting and having HR meetings. And back then, the town was free to just go about their days and just enjoy life.
Yeah, one day the city will learn truly what they needed.
Yeah,
when they're being beaten to death by a police officer, they'll wish there was a man there sexually harassing them instead.
Yeah, they wish that instead they were at HR complaining about the whoopee cushion situation at their office.
Also, this article, calling pot is the pot calling the kettle black because they're like, he's calling women bitches. Actually they're like, he's calling females bitches. You calling females females, nigga? Yeah. Who woke now? All right.
Yeah, we don't say that.
Yeah,
anymore.
we don't say that. What do we say? We say child sex abuse material. But gang, that's the fucking.
I think
pod.
that's the episode.
That's the episode, guys.
Thanks for listening. A lot of ups and downs in this episode, so appreciate y'all listening. Why don't you go ahead and give us 5 stars if you made it all the way through.
10
Sign
stars.
up for our Patreon. You get a weekly bonus episode. We're about to head to our Patreon now.
10 stars if you nasty. Catch us there. Patreon.